interesting update. So, a little study of the Insignia here from yesterday's video with the timing belt. So I've reset the timing of the engine. The bottom end was 2 teeth out, but I've reset it and it seems to have the same problem now. It's throwing a code instantly as soon as you crank it for the camshaft position sensor. So I've ordered a camshaft position sensor, I've checked the wiring, that all seems fine. So I think the main reason it actually stopped working is I think the camshaft position sensors died. I think the timing is just a byproduct of the vehicle being touched by somebody else. Interestingly, so the tensioner that's under here was tight. The bolt was tight when I went to undo it, so there was nothing wrong with the bolt, there was just no tension on the belt. Interestingly, the pulley, so you can see it just in here, has got some marks on it, like something's been rolled over it, and the cover for the side, which is down here, is missing part of the thick rubber gasket that goes around the outside. So I'm not sure if that's fell off into the engine, into the timing, and maybe caused a problem. It's possible, but timing's set, it's still doing the same thing, so like I say, I'm going to go for a new position sensor. Now, interestingly, I'll get it to focus on it. Look at that. So where we're looking at here is, the main reason I wanted to make this video is this intake manifold. So you can see the air tank there, full of water, not. When the vehicle came in, the other thing I noticed was this water down the back of the glow plugs. I have dried that off and blowed that off about 4 times, and every time it just fills straight back up the coolant. Look. Now, is that a crack just there? It's just with dirt. It does instantly fill up from round the gaskets, so I suspect the seals have gone. So if you get one of these with a water leak, commonly they leak from the EGR cooler down here. The EGR part cracks because it's plastic, but these are a water-cooled inlet manifold. And this one is actually leaking directly on the manifold where it bolts onto the block. So we're probably going to have to go with a brand new manifold and new gaskets as well, to try to stop that water from creeping up. Let's see if I can show you. There you go. See it down there? Like I say, I've cleaned this out several times now. That would help if I actually turn the light on. Yeah, I've actually cleaned it out several times down here, blown it out with the airline, and every time this end fills straight back up with water. Now, I'm not sure if this end's done the same. See, this end looks dirty. So it's got the stains from the antifreeze, but there you go, that one's got it in, but I'm not sure if I got it all out of that one. But yeah, it's definitely creeping back in. Looks like it starts there and it's worse over there. So it looks like we're going to have the intake manifold off, which is handy. Now, ironically, once obviously I'm going to change this belt, because I can't leave that like that, because the tensioner may have failed, or something's happened to cause the tensioner to fail, and it did manage to move 2 teeth. I'm going to put the crank sensor in first and see if it then starts. If it starts, then we will go ahead and replace the cam belt kit and the inlet manifold and gaskets. I'll do a little update video on that when I do it. But yeah, so interesting problems. So I don't think the cam belt was actually the 100% the problem. I think we have got a cam crank correlation code. It's not a correlation code, it's a, what was it? I'll show you the codes that were in it. Okay. Diagnostic history. We'll go into that one because that's one of the ones. Now this is the codes that were in it. Now ignore the glow plugs because I actually had those unplugged when I was doing the day. So we have a mass airflow sensor, performance, camshaft position sensor, performance, and it says crankshaft position intake camshaft position not plausible. Now that either means that there's mechanically something slipped in the engine. Now interestingly, when I cleared those codes, the camshaft position sensor popped straight back up. That comes straight back as soon as you crank the engine for the camshaft position sensor. So either the sensor's faulty or the disc in the back of here, because the sensor sits here and it reads off the back of here. So pop that up, look, there's the hole. So it reads off the back of the wheel there. Now for some reason this belt, this pulley has slipped, or something behind it has slipped, maybe, then that could set the timing out electronically with the computer. But yeah, we will get the sensor, get that put in there and see if it goes, which hopefully will stop that code coming back, then change the timing belt and address this water situation. Thanks for watching, catch you on the next one.